Have you ever wondered why some people age with strength and grace, while others seem to slow down much sooner than expected? Why do some people stay active, sharp, and joyful well into their 70s or 80s, while others begin to lose energy, memory, or independence not long after turning 60? Maybe you have started to feel these changes yourself. You forget things more often. You wake up tired. You feel less steady on your feet. You no longer sleep as well or move as easily. And somewhere deep down you might quietly ask yourself, is this just aging? Or is there something I can still do? The truth is you can do something. Many things, in fact. Getting older does not mean you are losing your strength. It means your body and mind are asking for a little more care, and that care does not have to be complicated. It begins with simple habits, small daily choices that help you protect your health, your memory, and your quality of life. In this video, we will explore 9 gentle habits that have helped older adults around the world live longer, stay healthier, and enjoy their lives more fully. These are not strict rules or quick fixes. They are easy, science-backed habits that you can start at your own pace. Some you may already do without even realizing. Others might be new. But each one is a quiet act of self-care that builds up over time into something powerful. So, if you are ready to feel stronger, more balanced, and more confident in your own body and mind, stay with us until the end. These 9 habits could help you enjoy the next chapter of life with more energy, more peace, and more freedom. And if something we shared today speaks to you, please take a moment to support this channel. Leave a comment below and let us know which habit feels most important to you right now. Subscribe so you do not miss future videos, and share this with someone you care about. Your story and your action may be the reason someone else begins to take better care of themselves too. Habit 1. Exercise and stay active. As we grow older, something changes quietly in the background. We do not stop moving because we are lazy. We slow down because the body begins to feel heavier. The legs are not as quick to respond. The back feels stiff in the morning. Getting up from a chair takes more effort than it used to, so we sit a little longer. Then another day passes like that, and before we know it, moving becomes a choice we often avoid rather than something we do without thinking. But the longer we stay still, the more the body starts to forget how to move. Muscles grow weaker. Joints become less flexible. Even the heart and lungs work a little less efficiently. We may not notice it at first, but slowly the body starts giving up the energy we are trying to protect. Researchers from Harvard found that just 15 minutes of walking each day can reduce the risk of early death by nearly 30%. The World Health Organization recommends that older adults aim for at least 150 minutes of physical activity per week. But beyond the numbers, what truly matters is this simple idea. Your body needs to move. Not quickly, not perfectly, just regularly. I remember meeting Mr. Thomas, a 75-year-old man who lives in a quiet neighborhood. Every morning, he steps outside with a small watering can and slowly walks around his garden. He waters his plants one by one. When I asked him if that was his form of exercise, he smiled and said he was just waking the flowers up. But, as it turns out, he was waking something up inside himself too. That small, daily walk was doing more than he realized. It was helping his heart keep its rhythm. It was giving his lungs fresh air. It was keeping his joints moving and his balance steady. It was clearing his thoughts. His body was not just moving, it was staying alive in every way that mattered. You do not need to do anything intense to take care of your body. What matters is finding a natural way to add movement into your day. Take a short walk after breakfast. Stretch your arms when you get out of bed. Walk to the mailbox or around the yard. Even standing and sitting a few extra times can help remind your muscles that they are still working for you. These small steps do more than keep you strong. They help you hold on to something far more important, your independence. Being able to walk on your own, get dressed, go to the store, or visit someone you love without needing help. That is what movement gives you. It gives you freedom. So, if you moved your body today, even just a little, you should feel proud. You are not just keeping your muscles active. You are telling your body, I still need you. I still want to live well. And with each step, you are giving yourself the gift of a longer, stronger life. Habit 2. Create healthy eating. There is a quiet shift that happens with age. Meals become smaller. Appetite fades. Some days we forget to eat at all. Other times we eat whatever is quick and easy because cooking feels like too much. And before we know it, food turns from something we enjoy into something we simply get through. But food is not just about staying full. It is one of the last few things we can truly control. What we eat becomes a message to our body. It says, I still care. I still choose to nourish myself. Especially after 60 or 70, food plays a different role. It becomes a kind of medicine. A way to protect our memory, our strength, our immune system. A way to feel alive. Scientists from the National Institute on Aging have shown that older adults who eat regular balanced meals tend to have stronger hearts, better sleep, and clearer thinking. Eating well is not about following a perfect diet. It is about small, steady choices that keep your body running well. I met a man named Robert at a senior center in California. He was in his late 70s. He used to skip breakfast and eat a large dinner, mostly frozen tortilla. He told me he felt tired all day, then restless at night. A nurse suggested he try eating 3 small meals a day with simple food like eggs, vegetables, and fruit. It sounded too easy to matter, but Robert gave it a try. Within 2 weeks, he was sleeping better. He said he felt like his body had a rhythm again. You do not need to change everything overnight. Try starting your day with something warm. A bowl of oatmeal, a soft-boiled egg, even a cup of soup. Around noon, have a light lunch with a bit of protein like beans or chicken and some vegetables. At dinner, keep it simple. Avoid eating too late. Your body digests better when you finish eating at least 2 or 3 hours before bed. What matters most is consistency. Try to eat at the same times each day. Your body responds well to routine. Include small amounts of fresh food whenever you can. Even a few slices of cucumber or half a banana can help, and drink enough water throughout the day. Sometimes we confuse hunger with thirst. Food is comfort. It is connection. If you live alone, try calling someone while you eat or watching a favorite program. If you still cook, invite someone to share a meal. And if you no longer enjoy cooking, ask a family member to help prepare a few easy meals ahead of time. Eating together is not only good for your body, it lifts the heart too. So the next time you sit down to eat, pause. Notice the food in front of you. Choose slowly. Eat gently. You are not just feeding your stomach, you are caring for the life you still get to live. Habit 3. Get enough sleep and a rest. When you were younger, staying up late might not have been a problem. You could sleep a few hours and still feel fine the next day. But as we grow older, sleep changes. You may find it harder to fall asleep or wake up in the middle of the night and stay awake for hours. Many older adults think this is just a normal part of aging. In some ways, it is. But that does not mean you cannot improve it. In fact, with a few simple habits, you can sleep better and feel stronger each day. Doctors from the National Institute on Aging recommend that older adults aim for 7 to 8 hours of sleep every night. Good sleep helps with memory, mood, blood pressure, and even the immune system. Without enough rest, you may feel tired all day, lose focus more easily, or even feel more anxious or sad. Long-term sleep problems can also increase the risk of heart disease, diabetes, and depression. I once spoke to a woman named Shirley, who was 76 years old. She told me she often woke up at 2 or 3 in the morning and could not fall back asleep. During the day, she felt too tired to go outside or do the things she used to enjoy. Her doctor gave her a few small suggestions. She stopped watching television right before bed. She avoided caffeine after lunchtime. She started eating dinner earlier and took a slow evening walk each day. Within 2 weeks, her sleep began to improve. She said she started waking up feeling more refreshed and less foggy. There are many things you can try to help your body rest better. First, go to bed and wake up at the same time every day. That helps your body create a natural sleep rhythm. In the evening, do calming things. Turn off bright screens. Avoid watching stressful news. Take a warm shower. Drink a small cup of herbal tea. Read something gentle or listen to soft music. Keep your bedroom quiet, dark, and a little cool. Try not to nap for too long during the day, especially in the late afternoon. If you do wake up in the middle of the night, do not panic. It happens to many people. Just sit quietly, breathe slowly, and remind yourself that resting is still helpful, even if you are not fully asleep. Most of the time, you will feel sleepy again after a little while. Sleep is not a luxury. It is part of how you care for your body and your mind. A good night of rest helps you feel more alert, more hopeful, and more able to enjoy the people and moments around you. You deserve that kind of rest, and you can have it, one evening at a time, by building small habits that tell your body it is safe and time to relax. Habit 4. Stay connected with others. One of the quiet changes that can happen as we grow older is that our social world begins to shrink. Children grow up and move away. Old friends become harder to reach. Daily routines that once kept us around others start to fade, and slowly, without meaning to, we spend more time alone. Some people enjoy solitude, and there is nothing wrong with that. But too much isolation, especially as we age, can affect both the body and the mind. Researchers have found that older adults who feel lonely or disconnected are more likely to experience depression, sleep problems, memory decline, and even physical illness. On the other hand, those who stay socially active tend to live longer, have stronger immune systems, and feel more emotionally balanced. Staying connected does not have to mean being busy all the time or going out every day. It simply means having regular, meaningful contact with others. This could be as simple as a daily phone call with a friend, a weekly visit with a neighbor, or chatting with someone at the grocery store. These small moments can bring warmth, laughter, and a sense of belonging. I once met Mr. Charles, an 80-year-old retired bus driver who had lost his wife several years earlier. For a while, he stayed mostly at home. He watched television, made simple meals, and rarely spoke to anyone. But over time, he noticed he was feeling sad more often. His doctor suggested that he try joining a local senior group that met once a week at the library. At first, he was unsure, but he decided to go. He said the first meeting changed something inside him. He laughed for the first time in months. He kept going back. That small weekly gathering became the highlight of his week. It is never too late to reach out. You can start by calling someone you trust and asking how they are. You can write a letter to an old friend. You can attend a local event at your community center or church. Many towns also offer free classes or walking groups for older adults. Even volunteering a few hours a week can be a powerful way to feel useful and stay engaged. If going out is difficult for you, try connecting online. Video calls can be a beautiful way to see the faces of family and friends, even if they live far away. Asking your children or grandchildren to help set up a phone or tablet can open new doors you did not expect. Human connection is not just about conversation. It is about being seen, being heard, and being valued. And every person, no matter their age, deserves that. When you stay socially connected, you are not just filling time. You are keeping your heart open. You are reminding yourself that life still has stories to share, laughter to offer, and relationships that matter. So today, take a moment to reach out. Say hello to someone. Write a message. Join a group. Or simply step outside and greet a neighbor. One small connection can change the way your entire day feels. And when you build those moments regularly, they can change your life. Habit 5. Keep learning something new. There is a common belief that once we retire or reach a certain age, there is not much left to learn. But the truth is, the brain never loses its need to be challenged. Just like the body, the mind stays stronger when it is used regularly. And one of the best ways to keep the brain sharp in later life is to keep learning. Learning does not have to mean going back to school or reading complicated books. It can be something simple. Trying a new recipe, listening to a podcast, watching a documentary, asking your grandchild how to use a new app, even trying a puzzle or reading an article about a topic you do not know much about. These small moments of curiosity are enough to make a difference. Researchers from the Alzheimer's Association have found that older adults who continue learning new skills have a lower risk of cognitive decline. In other words, challenging the brain regularly can help protect your memory, attention, and thinking over time. This does not mean you will never forget where you put your keys, but it does mean your mind can stay more flexible, more alert, and more able to adjust as you age. I remember meeting a woman named Lillian, who was 84. She told me that after her husband passed, the house felt too quiet. She started watching online painting videos and tried copying them using watercolors she had tucked away for years. At first, she said the paintings were terrible, but it gave her something to look forward to. Now, she paints almost every morning. She laughed when she said she may never be famous, but she feels more alive than she has in years. It is not about becoming an expert. It is about reminding your mind that it still has room to grow, that you still have things to discover, that learning does not belong to youth. It belongs to anyone with an open heart. You might start by picking up a book from the local library, or asking your grandchild to teach you a new card game, or looking up something on the internet that has always interested you. Some people enjoy listening to music from different countries or trying to cook a dish they have never made before. The activity itself does not matter as much as the effort and attention you give to it. When you choose to learn, you send a message to yourself. You say, I am still curious. I am still capable. I still have more to enjoy and understand. And that message can be deeply healing, especially during moments when aging feels limiting. So today, give your brain a little exercise. Not because you must, but because you can. And because every time you choose to learn, you are choosing to keep moving forward in thought, in spirit, and in life. Habit 6. Reduce excessive and chronic stress. Worry is something that tends to visit more often as we age. It might start small, like wondering about a doctor's appointment or feeling concerned about your memory. But over time, if we do not manage stress well, it can build up. You might find yourself feeling tense even when nothing is wrong. Your heart may race, your sleep may suffer, and your thoughts may feel stuck on the same loop over and over. Stress in older adults is more common than many people think, but it is also more harmful. Long-term stress has been linked to higher risks of heart disease, high blood pressure, weakened immune systems, and memory problems. What used to feel like a normal part of daily life now puts greater pressure on a body that is already working harder to stay balanced. That is why finding ways to manage stress is not just helpful, it is essential. You do not need anything complicated to begin. Sometimes just taking 5 quiet minutes to breathe slowly can help your body calm down. Breathing deeply, in through the nose and out through the mouth, helps slow your heart rate and sends a signal to your brain that you are safe. Many older adults find that doing this once or twice a day makes them feel more steady and in control. I remember Mr. James, a 79-year-old veteran who had trouble sleeping because his thoughts would race at night. He started keeping a small notebook next to his bed. Each night, before turning off the light, he wrote down anything on his mind. Nothing fancy, just a list of what was bothering him or what he needed to remember. He said that by writing it out, it felt like his mind could finally rest. Some people enjoy gentle movement like walking, stretching, or Tai Chi. Others find comfort in quiet routines like watering plants, listening to calm music, or spending time in nature. Even sitting outside and watching the clouds for a few minutes can bring peace. Spiritual practices like prayer or quiet reflection can also help you feel more grounded. For some, lighting a candle or simply sitting in stillness brings a sense of calm that no medicine can replace. The goal is not to avoid stress completely. That is not possible. The goal is to learn how to soften it, to give it space and to move through it without letting it take over. You deserve to feel peaceful. You deserve days that feel calm, moments that feel quiet, and nights when your heart does not race with worry. And it begins with small choices. A quiet breath, a kind word to yourself, a walk around the block, a pause before you react. Taking care of your mind is just as important as taking care of your body. And the more you practice these habits, the more your heart and nervous system learn how to settle. So even when life feels uncertain, you know you have tools within you to handle it with strength and grace. Habit 7. Regular health checkups. One of the most caring things you can do for your health as you age is to stay aware of how your body is changing. Small things like feeling more tired than usual, noticing swelling in your feet, or having frequent headaches can be signs that your body is asking for attention. Sometimes it is nothing serious, but sometimes it is the beginning of something that needs care. That is why making regular health checkups part of your routine can make a big difference. Many older adults wait until something feels wrong before going to the doctor, but by then, the issue may have grown more difficult to treat. Preventive care is not about looking for problems. It is about giving your body the best chance to stay strong. Regular visits allow doctors to catch things early, like changes in blood pressure, cholesterol, or blood sugar. These numbers might not cause symptoms at first, but over time, they can lead to bigger health issues. Doctors recommend that people over 60 have their blood pressure, heart rate, and weight checked at least once a year. If you are managing a condition like diabetes or arthritis, you may need more frequent care. Routine screenings like eye exams, hearing tests, and bone density scans are also important as the years go on. They help protect your vision, prevent falls, and support your daily comfort and safety. I remember Mrs. Helen, a 72-year-old woman who had not been to the doctor in 3 years. She said she felt fine, just a little tired. Her daughter encouraged her to get a checkup. At the visit, her doctor discovered that her blood pressure was quite high and that her heart rhythm was irregular. Helen was surprised. She had not noticed anything unusual, but thanks to that visit, she started treatment right away and avoided what could have turned into a much more serious condition. Taking care of your health does not mean living in fear. It means being responsible and gentle with your body. It means asking questions when something feels off and making time to check in with professionals who want to help you stay well. If visiting a clinic is hard for you, ask a family member to help arrange transportation. Some communities offer mobile health services or virtual appointments, and if you are worried about cost, many health centers provide support for older adults with limited income or insurance. You spent your life caring for others. Now is the time to care for yourself. A simple checkup can give you peace of mind and the information you need to stay independent, active, and confident. You deserve to feel strong in your own body, and you deserve the care that helps you stay that way. Habit 8. Be involved in your community. As we grow older, it becomes easier to stay in one place. The house feels familiar, the routines are comfortable, and sometimes just getting dressed and going out can feel like too much. But staying connected to the world outside your front door is one of the most powerful ways to stay healthy, both in body and in spirit. Being part of a community gives life color. It brings purpose. It reminds you that you still have something to offer. You do not need to be the center of attention or be busy all the time, but having regular moments where you see other people, talk, laugh, or even share silence can lift your mood and support your health. Studies from public health researchers have shown that seniors who stay involved in group activities have lower rates of depression, better memory, and even improved mobility. Something as simple as meeting with a group once a week can lower the risk of loneliness and help reduce feelings of isolation. I met Mr. Stanley, an 80-year-old widower who used to be very social but withdrew after his wife passed away. For almost a year, he spent most of his days alone. Then one day a neighbor invited him to a community lunch at the local senior center. He almost said no, but he went. He told me later that even though he barely spoke that day, Just being in the room with other people changed something. He started going every week. Now he helps set the tables, greets new guests, and feels part of something again. There are many ways to connect with the community. You can join a walking group, attend a local class, participate in a book club, or volunteer once a month. If you enjoy crafts or music or gardening, there are groups for that too. Many churches and community centers host regular gatherings where everyone is welcome, no matter their background or ability. Even if you cannot leave your home easily, there are still ways to stay connected. You can call a friend regularly. You can ask a family member to bring you to a nearby event once a week. You can write letters or join an online group if you are comfortable using a phone or computer. What matters is not how many people you see or how often. What matters is that you feel part of something, that you are reminded again and again that you are not alone in this stage of life. Community gives us a reason to get up in the morning. It gives us people to care about, and people who care about us. It brings laughter, shared stories, and a sense of belonging that no medicine can replace. So, if you have been spending more time by yourself, today might be a good time to take one small step outward. Smile at someone. Visit a neighbor. Say yes to a simple invitation. You never know what kind of joy is waiting for you on the other side of that door. Habit 9. Practice gratitude and stay positive. As the years go by, it is easy to focus on what has changed. The body moves slower. The house feels quieter. Some days feel long and some memories feel heavy. But in the middle of all of that, there is still something you can choose every single day. You can choose how you see the world, and that choice makes all the difference. Gratitude is not about pretending everything is perfect. It is about recognizing what is still good, what still works, and what still brings you comfort or joy. It can be as small as the warmth of sunlight through a window, a favorite chair that feels just right, or the sound of a grandchild's voice over the phone. These little moments are easy to miss, but when you pay attention to them, they have the power to lift your heart. Researchers at the University of California have found that practicing daily gratitude can improve sleep, reduce pain, and increase overall happiness in older adults. The brain responds to positive thoughts by releasing chemicals that help reduce stress and improve mood. And over time, those feelings of thankfulness can help protect mental and physical health. I met Mrs. Angela, who was 85 and living in a small assisted living apartment. She had lost her husband, had trouble walking, and spent most of her time indoors. But every morning, she wrote down 3 things she was thankful for. Sometimes it was her morning tea. Sometimes it was a nurse's kindness. Sometimes it was just the feeling of waking up in a warm bed. She told me that on the hardest days, those small notes reminded her that her life still had meaning. You can start this habit at any time. You do not need a notebook. You can simply pause at the end of the day and think of one thing you appreciated. It might be something you saw, something you felt, or something someone said. Let it stay with you for a moment. Let it soften the edges of the day. Gratitude also helps with relationships. When you focus on what others bring to your life, it becomes easier to feel close, to forgive, and to stay connected. Saying thank you, even for something simple, can brighten someone else's day as well as your own. Choosing gratitude is not about ignoring pain or pretending to be cheerful. It is about finding balance. About remembering that even in seasons of loss or struggle, there are still pieces of beauty and moments of peace. So if you wake up tomorrow and the day feels ordinary, look again. Notice the light coming through the curtains. Notice the feeling of your feet touching the floor. Think of someone who loves you or someone you once loved. That is where gratitude begins. And when you practice it often, you may find that your heart feels lighter, your days feel calmer, and life itself begins to feel more full again. Not because anything changed, but because you did. Now that you have reached the end of this journey, take a quiet moment to reflect. These 9 habits are not just ideas. They are invitations. Invitations to move your body a little more each day, to eat with care, to sleep more peacefully, to connect with others, to keep learning, manage stress, stay involved, protect your health, and carry gratitude in your heart. You do not have to change everything at once. Start small. Choose one habit that speaks to you. Try it today. Then, try it again tomorrow. Let it become part of your life, not as a rule, but as a quiet reminder that your health, your time, and your spirit still matter. Because you are not done. There are still people who love you. There are still memories to make. There are still simple joys waiting in the most ordinary of days. You still have strength in you. You still have purpose. And with a few gentle steps in the right direction, you can enjoy more years that feel full, clear, and meaningful. If something in this video touched you or helped you, we would love to hear from you. Leave a comment below and tell us which habit you plan to focus on. If you have a tip or story of your own, please share it. You never know who might be reading and feel encouraged by your words. If you found this helpful, consider subscribing to the channel so you can keep learning and growing with us. And if there is someone in your life who could benefit from this message, take a moment to share it with them. Sometimes the smallest act of kindness, sharing a video, a message, a thought, is what keeps another person going. Take care of yourself, not just today, but every day after this. You deserve it.